This is Novella Petronella. I don't know why I laugh whenever I say that. So I thought that tonight I would instead of just talking about what I think, I thought that I would talk to a fellow investor who is a really good friend of mine. I briefly mentioned him on I think my first video, but um, I've known him for, oh God, probably like 15 years, and he's a total character. We get along really well when we're not yelling at each other. That's how we show love to each other. But I met him years ago when I was working as a recruiter in a recruiting firm, and he came in one day, and he he was wearing a suit. He's this Italian guy, and he's wearing a suit and like with like the buttons all buttoned down. And like came into the office because a lot of times we would get walk-ins. So he was a walk-in, and he sat down in my office, and so he didn't know this, but I had been sober for a number of years and had like just relapsed. So it was a really bad time in my life. And the day that he came in, I was really hungover and I was really depressed over the fact that I had just lost like over a decade of sobriety. Anyway, we started talking, and he kept asking me, do you have a job for me? And I kept saying, what do you do? And he said, well, I have my own company, Gifts from the Heart. And I said, well, I don't think we have any jobs like that. He's like, well, what do you have? I'll take anything. I said, we have forklift driver, we have graphic designer. He's like, I'll do both. I said, well, do you have experience in either one? He's like, no. So we went around in circles. Eventually, I just started crying. I kind of lost my mind because I just couldn't keep it together. And it turned out he ended up helping me. I told him my whole story, I told him in a couple of minutes what had happened. And I said, look, I'm just going to be really transparent with you. I just started drinking again. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Anyway, he really helped me. And that is how we became friends. And it turns out he wasn't drinking either. So, things kind of work out the way they're supposed to. I think people are placed in our path for a reason. And he's been friends with me ever since. We can't seem to get rid of each other. But anyway, I thought that I would talk to him. He's a new investor in XRP. And I asked him if it would be okay if I asked him a couple of questions, just to get another perspective that's not my own. And he said yes. So I'm going to call him. Let's see if I can get him on the phone. Please hold. Dude, could you answer the... I just spoke to you. Can you hear me okay? All right.
Yeah.
Why'd you let the phone ring?
Okay, well, I answered it.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So
You're welcome.
if you can, try to talk loud. I know you can do that.
I can because I got roommates that I'm dealing with. I have to go outside.
All right. Well, go outside.
Hang on, let me get my hat.
Sorry to inconvenience you.
Oh, my boy.
If I can't hear you, I can... Hey, if I can't hear you, I'll call you back another time. We can do a do-over. I won't keep you long, okay?
No. Well, is this loud enough?
Could be a little louder. Could you do like a 7? You're at like a 4. I would need you at about a 7.
Okay, hang on. Let me go downstairs. Could you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Okay.
All right. So you ready for some questions?
Go ahead.
All right. So how long have you been investing in XRP?
Longer than I know of.
Longer than you know of? Well, how long roughly?
I would, if I was going to take a guess.
Yeah, take a guess. A month?
Maybe a little more.
Okay. And when you started investing, what was the price? Do you know? per XRP?
I have no idea. All I know is I got 100 shares for $58. No, 58 shares for $100.
All right, 58 shares.
Whatever that was.
Okay. So, have you looked at the price lately?
I haven't.
No idea.
No, I haven't.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. So what? Now, tell me what you know about this digital asset.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Not a clue about what it is, what it's worth.
Okay.
Nothing.
This should be a quick interview. Okay. What? All right. What? What made you invest in XRP?
You did.
Okay. Well, why did you listen to me?
Because you're my only best girl friend. I have 5 male best friends. You're my only female best friend.
Okay. So I must be pretty.
I trusted you.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, I was gonna say without telling me how much you hold in XRP, but that's too late for that. What if you had to guess, knowing nothing about this asset? Where do you think the price will be in a year? If you just had to guess, take a wild guess.
I say double or triple.
Double or triple? Okay, so right now it's at 47 cents. So you think it'll be about maybe a little under $1.50?
Yeah, maybe close to that.
Okay. Well, what would you do if the price went to, let's just say $50 or $100 in a year? What would you do then?
Not really sure about that one.
Okay. Have you suggested to anybody else to invest in XRP?
I haven't gotten into detail, but I said that I was in it.
Okay. I'd be really curious.
They asked me how I was doing. I said, I don't have a clue.
Well, if you were to tell them, knowing what you know about XRP, which is, I guess, what, nothing at this point, what would you tell them? How are you going to convince somebody? If you were to tell them, hey, I want to.
I can tell snowballs and snowmen. They're not into me.
That's right. Well, you may be pleasantly surprised in the next couple of years. When XRP goes up, which it inevitably will. What are your plans? What would you do with newfound wealth if you did get really wealthy off of it? What would you do?
If I got wealthy, period, not off of XRP, off of anything else in life, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be able to live. I'd be able to finally say, Gerard Pepe lived happily ever after.
Okay.
That's what would happen with me if I became wealthy within anything. XRP, PRP, Bitcoin, whatever.
PRP. All right. Okay. Well,
Are you recording? Am I being recorded?
I told you that, sir. I did. I advised you of that ahead of time. Do you not remember?
Okay. I'll let you get away with that one.
All right. About 4 minutes before I called you, I told you I was going to be calling you and recording the call.
Yeah, I know. You said you were going to ask me some questions.
Anything you say.
I don't mention anything about recording, but that's okay. I give you my permission to
All right.
utilize my voice. My voice needs to be heard.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to say now that you have a platform? By the way, I have about 2 subscribers and maybe.
Talk about it.
What? What? What do you want to What do you want to say to my 2 subscribers?
2?
Hey, don't worry about it. It's more than none.
Well, that's very true. What I would say is, hey, stick with Vanessa. She knows what the hell she's talking about.
All right.
I wouldn't have done it if I didn't believe in her.
Okay.
I believe in her, so you don't have to invest a lot. I didn't invest a lot, but you never know where it's gonna take.
All right. Well.
That's what I gotta say.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, sir. And
don't call me sir. It makes me sound old.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Take care.
Okay.